Hey guys, welcome to this video. Today we're going to be talking about visualization and manifestation in a way that you might not have heard it explained before. So we all know this practice of meditation and visualization, and we have a tendency to dismiss it sometimes because we're like, the things that I have in my mind, I'm not seeing them manifest in my life, or I'm writing these things down, I'm not seeing it manifest in my life. And I'm going to explain why that happens and how we can transition from just seeing the images to that key step that's really going to allow us to move beyond just visualization, but into that manifestation practice and the true essence of what visualization truly is. It's more than just speaking, it's more than just affirming, it's more than just bringing the images to our minds. And I'm going to share with you guys that one key piece that's important that's going to help you really bring things to life. So, when we talk about meditation, there's different ways that people like to meditate. Some people meditate in complete silence. They meditate with nothing in their mind, complete blankness. And they find that really helpful to maybe bring a state of calm into your body, into your mind, into your life. And that is a really good practice if that's your purpose. If you're just trying to bring yourself into a state of calm and relaxation, meditating with just an open mind, an empty mind, just kind of getting yourself tuned in with the fact that you are consciousness, that you are just awareness, beyond a thought, beyond an image. That is a great practice if that's your purpose, if it's to help you calm down and to understand that you are consciousness and you are awareness, which is a great practice to have. For some of us, we like to, myself included, use meditation as an opportunity to visualize and to manifest. And so when we are using meditation as it means to visualize and manifest, we want to do this with a purpose. So we want to have something in our minds. So meditation practice, it helps to regulate our nervous system. It helps to regulate our bodily functions, our breath, our different bodily systems, helps to make our body more efficient, helps to regulate our thoughts, but it also allows us to tap into the spiritual realm, to connect with the divine source, and to really use our sixth sense, our gifted powers to bring things into life, to heal our body, to manifest abundance, to do all of these things. It's a practice of getting into a state of resut quiet. So this is a Kemetic term, resut quiet. We often see the eye symbolized in Kemetic ancient Egyptian art or Kemetic, hieroglyphics and the pyramids. You'll all often see this eye, which we relate to the third eye, but it symbolizes more than that. It symbolizes resut quiet, which means sleeping while we're awake. So this is our ability to tap into our subconscious, into our spiritual realm, and into that part of ourselves that is divine, that takes us out of this plane and allows us to work with our gifts, our powers, whether it's healing powers, whether it's manifestation powers, allows us to visualize and to bring things into this life that we request, that we require, the things that we desire. So resu quiet, that practice of dreaming while we're awake, it is part of our sixth sense. So this allows us to do things like have our psychic abilities, have clairvoyance, clairaudience, where we can hear things. Um, it allows us to, see the future, to bring things into life, right? To heal, to do different things that is beyond like our humanness, beyond our physical ability. So resu quiet, that dreaming while we're awake, we all have that ability to tap into that higher level of consciousness or our subconsciousness and really tap into these gifts and powers. So if you don't believe that you actually have that ability, I'm going to do this quick exercise with you right now. So I want you to close your eyes, right? Um, and I want you to imagine, right? Let's do this right now. Close your eyes. Imagine in your mind's eye, a big, beautiful ocean. Okay, big, beautiful ocean, sunset. Okay, a nice beach. I want you to imagine some dolphins diving in and out of the water. I want you to imagine a beautiful rainbow. Okay, I want you to imagine a nice warm breeze, some palm trees. Okay, now I want to ask you, were you able to imagine that? Were you able to visualize that? Yes, right? Sometimes some folks cannot, and that's okay. We can work on that. That's things that are associated with your third eye. Maybe it's blocked or closed. But most of us, we're good at doing that. We can daydream, right? I can be talking to you right now. I used to do this in class all the time. I could be talking to you right now and imagining something totally different, right? That's where I lose a lot of details in conversations or just like start to trail off in conversations. I could be looking at you right now and imagining myself grocery shopping, imagining myself at a beach, imagining things that I need to be doing. And literally you can see yourself doing that. Your eyes are open. You're looking at the person in front of you or the thing in front of you, but you have this subconscious that's imagining something else. That thing is not in front of you actually, right? So how does that happen? How can you be looking at something but seeing something else, right? It's the power of the mind's eye. This is an area of ourselves that is not often cultivated. We're not often taught about it unless you intentionally go out and seek this information. And so this is an important key piece for that key when it comes to visualization and manifestation, okay? So rest, quiet, sleeping while we're awake. We do that daydreaming, okay? So let's get into the actual practice of bringing things into life. So we can be sitting here practicing a meditation, right? And in this practice, we're going to do a couple of deep breaths. This is an example. We're going to do some deep breaths. And maybe you're going to start some affirmations, right? You're going to say, I am powerful. I am healthy. I am healed. I am abundant. I have finances, in overflow, in excess, right? I have the love of my life. I have the opportunities that I need. So we're verbalizing the things that we want. And that's one way to ask for what you want, right? Is to verbalize it. And this is a very powerful thing. We know affirmations work. We know that, we're able to, alter how we feel internally and what our realities are, excuse me, by what we say. So we can, say things like, oh, I lost this job. I suck. I don't have the skills. And how does that feel in the body? We're going to feel powerless. We're going to feel vulnerable. We're going to feel weak. Or we can say things like, this was not the opportunity for me. I'm meant for something greater, right? If we didn't get a job opportunity, and that's going to feel different in our body. So the words that we say are very important, but they're just one piece of the puzzle when it comes to manifestation, right? So this is the will. The will allows us to speak. It allows us to initiate the process through our words, through our mouths. That's speaking, right? So we have the will. We have the will to be able to say, I want this. This is what I want for my life. That is the first step, okay? And just to keep us focused, just to keep me focused, I'm going to use the example of, having a six-figure income, okay? So I'm going to say to myself, I want $120,000. I want $120,000. I want to have an income stream or multiple income streams that allows me to get that. I'm going to have the business that brings this in. I'm going to have another, side project that's going to bring this in. I'm going to have, another stream that's going to bring this in, and I want $120,000. That is one part of it. That is the will. That is the verbal act of asking for what you want. Okay? That's step one. Step two, we're going to close our eyes, and this is where the meditation kind of comes into place, right? And this is before step one, we're going to do some deep breathing. We're going to get ourselves into that trance-like state, and then we're going to say the thing that we want, right? $120,000. We're going to close our eyes. We're going to imagine $120,000. Imagine it. Look at it. Cash. You want it cash, or look at it as a deposit in your bank, right? Look at it as a check coming through. Look at it as you're opening, three different bank accounts and you're seeing different amounts of money in each one, right? 40,000, 40,000, 40,000, $120,000 right there, right? So you can now, you're saying it, I want $120,000. Now, in your mind's eye, you are imagining that $120,000 in whatever way you want. Maybe it's a one-time check. Maybe it's, a deposit coming into your account. Maybe it's just sitting in multiple accounts. However you want to visualize it, visualize it. And most of us stop there, right? Most of us stop there. We verbalize it, we visualize it, we verbalize, we visualize, we go through that process over and over, and we're like, why am I still blocked? Why am I still not seeing the thing that I want? Right? This is the key piece that's often missing. We need to attach an emotion to the thing that we desire or the thing that we're trying to change. So if we're trying to change, living paycheck to paycheck, or if we're trying to change not having enough money to do the things that we want, if we're trying to change like our income cap, our ceiling cap for how much we can earn, we need to attach an emotion to that. And for some of us, we're not used to having the thing that we're trying to manifest. We're not used to having the thing that we visualize. So we can say it, we can visualize it, but the emotion that might be attached to that is fear, is hesitation, is anxiety, right? What am I going to do with $120,000? Right? Where am I going to even start? I have so many bills I got to pay. I have so much debt I got to pay. Um, People are going to be asking me for money. I'm going to end up paying this off and I'm going to end up not having anything left, right? So there might be an internal fear that's associated with the thing that we want, right? Maybe it's a partner, a husband, a wife, whatever, right? And that's something that you want for your life. But when you actually visualize it, you say it, but the emotion that's attached to it is maybe fear, right? Fear of abandonment, fear of unworthiness, fear of some sort of shame, right? So there might be other emotions that are attached to that visualization that is blocking you from actually getting the thing that you desire, okay? So what we're going to try to work on is changing the emotion that's attached to that visualization. And this is the piece that takes actually a lot of work and a lot of practice because anyone can say they want, a special person in their life. Anyone can say they want partnership, they want $1 million. But when we go deeper into the emotion that's attached to that thing, there is still some unworthiness there. There is still some shame there. There's still some fear and anxiety that's associated with that. And that's the thing that we have to clear out. We need to sit with and be comfortable with the thing that we are calling in. Okay. So for you, or for this example, $120,000, right? Think about how that feels. Think about how that feels. And now we're going to associate, we're going to change the feeling. We have an ability to control our emotions. Whether or not we believe that, we have an ability to control our thoughts, the things that we say. We have an ability to control the mind's eye and what we visualize. And we have an ability to control our emotions. So we're going to imagine that $120,000 sitting in our account and how that feels, right? I'm going to associate it with a feeling of calm, a feeling of freedom, a feeling of liberation. I have choice, right? I feel free. I have joy. I have pleasure with this money, right? it feels easy for me. It feels comfortable. It doesn't feel foreign. This money is in my account and there's a lot of pleasure associated. I love going through and seeing the money rolling in. I love going through and seeing how I can, transfer money here, transfer money there, you know, uh, invest in things that I want to invest in. I can book a trip. I can purchase something that I've been waiting for. I can do the things that I want to do. Right? So I'm going to imagine that feeling of success, of completion, of um, fulfillment, and I'm going to feel really good with that feeling. Okay. So that is the key that we need when we're visualizing. And so that's the piece that takes a lot of time. Sorry, one second. Sorry. So that is the thing that we really want to focus on is that visualization, right? Is that emotion that's attached to the visualization. So again, this is something that is going to take some time. However, you have the ability to choose the emotion that's associated with the thing that you want to manifest. You have an ability to choose the thing that you want to see for yourself, the thing that you want to manifest. And people do this all the time. There's a lot of science that backs up this practice. People use emotive therapy a lot. So they'll use an image and they'll use an image to create an emotion, right? So they'll show you an image of something that will create an emotion associated with it, right? But you have the ability to change that and to actually heal how your body responds to certain things. And this is where we do feel a lot of blocks. So some of us are blocked with expansion, with love, with money. And I did another video on this too, on how to heal blocks with expansion. And that's because we don't necessarily feel safe with the thing that we're trying to call in. And so we really need to be able to sit with the the emotion that we're trying to create that we're going to associate with the thing that we're calling in. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little exercise. So right now, I want you to think about, you pull out your journal, right? Think about some of the things that you have been desiring for your life. Okay? Think about something that you have been trying to call in, whether whether it's an amount of money, right? Um, I want to also say this, the will, so the thing that we speak, it cannot be achieved easily without visualization. So planting a seed is like establishing that the will. Um, and then visualization and the emotion is what allows it to sprout out into life. Okay. So how we show up, the emotion associated with it allows us to overcome any fear or any lack of safety that's associated with the thing that we want. Okay. So let's imagine one thing. Let's imagine one thing. I have a lot of things that I have been manifesting and visualizing for myself. So I want to do this exercise with you. We can do this together. All right, here we go. So let's get into our meditative state first. So we're going to sit up nice and straight. And we're going to start with a few deep breaths. So we're going to breathe in through the nose. Excuse me. Excuse me. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Put your hands on your belly. Make sure we're breathing properly. When we inhale, the belly rises. When we exhale, the belly deflates. So inhale, feel your belly rise. Exhale, feel your belly deflate. Inhale, feel your belly rise. Exhale, feel your belly deflate. Now we're going to think about the thing that we desire. And we're going to begin with the will. So we're going to begin with verbalizing it. Okay. And we're going to verbalize in a new way. So whatever your thing is, we're not going to say, I want, because when we say I want, we're coming from a place of lack and scarcity and that we don't have it. And we don't want to be in that state. So we're going to say, I am grateful for this partnership. I'm grateful for this job opportunity. Grateful for this, you know, $1 million. Grateful for whatever it is, this weight loss. Grateful for this clean bill of health. We're going to say that thing, whatever it is, and meditate into it. So we're going to breathe. I'm grateful for, just keep breathing and think about it. Say it out loud. Grateful for this. Breathe. I'm grateful for this. And you can affirm other things in there. I am rich. I am wealthy. I am healthy. All the things that are associated with the thing that you are affirming, with the thing that you desire. I am able to go where I want. I have freedom. I'm not restricted in any sort of way. I have the ability to choose. So we're going to say these things. Affirm the thing that's associated with the thing that you're calling it. Now we're going to visualize. So in your mind's eye, imagine, visualize, create that image of the thing that you want. Okay? So breathe, create that image, whether it's a wedding ring, whether it's test results, whether it's a number on the scale, whether it's a number in your bank account. Imagine it. Literally imagine it. Imagine what it looks like. Imagine the details. Imagine your action associated with it. What are you doing? What are you wearing? What are you driving? What's the expression? Who is involved? There we go. Yep, see it. See it. Sometimes that's where our block is. We can't see it. Imagine it. Imagine the colors. Imagine the numbers, the text. Imagine the email coming through. What does it say? Imagine your phone, your laptop. Imagine it. Imagine it. Okay? And now we're going to attach the emotion. So I know it's exciting, right? But we don't want it to be overwhelming. Excitement is okay, but like a calm excited, right? Because this is not unusual for you. This is not going to be something that is far-fetched or something that's overwhelming. It's going to be exactly who you are, what you deserve. So there's a calmness associated with it. Joy, joyful as you see this thing. Peace as you see this thing. Freedom to make the decisions that feel aligned with you, not out of survival mode, not out of desperation, but you're calm, cool, collected. Now we're going to associate pleasure with it. So that's going to feel good. It's going to feel good in your abdomen. It's going to feel like warm honey dripping all over your head, down your face, down your shoulders, into your abdomen, into your pelvis, into your sacral, into your root, down your legs. You're going to feel this warm rush of pleasure. You feel pleasureful looking at this image. You feel sensual even looking at this image. You feel abundant, joyful. You're dancing. You're swaying your hips. You're moving your body. You're not rigid. This feels good. This feels good in your soul. You feel creative with this image in your mind, with this thing, this desire that you have. This is going to, this is allowing you to bless yourself, your family, and others. So you're a blessing. You feel blessed. You feel aligned. You feel in purpose. This is exactly what you deserve. This is exactly made for you. It's created for you. This is part of your destiny. So it feels so aligned. It feels like, of course. It feels normal. It feels easy, right? So we're gonna hold that frequency for a few moments. Just keep imagining the thing and keep associating that feeling with it. Keep that image in your mind's eye. Yeah, yeah. The joyfulness. You look good. You look good. You feel good. Feel limitless. And then say the things. I am loved. I am abundant. I am creative. I am sensual. I am blessed. I'm joyful. I feel pleasure. I'm a wife. I'm a husband. I'm a partner. I'm a millionaire. I'm wealthy. And hold that frequency as you're verbally affirming and verbally saying what you want, what you're calling in. Keep that frequency of joy and pleasure. Feel that warmth in your heart, in your abdomen, in your sacral, in your pelvis. Feel yourself getting even aroused by this image, by this desire. There's no shame in that. This is pleasurable. This is joyful. And imagine that thing. Attach the arousal, that pleasure, with the image of what you're calling in. Combine that feeling with the image, with your affirmation. I am wealthy. I have freedom. I can choose. I choose from this account, this account, this account. They're all overflowing. There's no limits. I am blessed and I'm blessing people around me, right? I'm gonna breathe into that. Slowly open your eyes. And so if you're rewatching this, you can pause that and hold that frequency and that feeling for as long as you can. We did a bit of a short visualization today, um, but you can do that, twice a day, morning and night. You can hold it for 20 minutes, for 30 minutes. The longer and the more frequently that you do it, the more comfortable you become with the joy and the pleasure of receiving the thing that you want, right? It's more than just saying it. It's more than just imagining it, but that emotion, that comfortability with that thing that you're calling in, right? And notice how that feels in your body. You probably have never felt that pleasure, that amount of joy while visualizing and calling in the thing that you want before. And that's really the secret. That's the key that's going to align you with the frequency of what you're trying to call in. And it's going to attract the things that you want. Because when it's easy, when you're not in desperation, when you're not forcing, when you're not chasing, you just see the opportunities everywhere, right? It's not that they just magically come, but the way that you perceive things and the way that you imagine things and things that you think is possible for you is going to change, right? And your feeling associated with is also going to change. So that's going to change the decisions that you make, the actions that you take, right? So I hope that this was helpful. If you do have any questions and you want to explore this further, let me know. And I hope that you did gain something from this. If anything, just that warm feeling associated with your vision for yourself that you're manifesting, and just that association to it with pleasure, with joy, right? And that might be something new for you. That might be something that you've never felt before. So I hope that um, this sparked something for you, that this changed something in you. And so as you continue to manifest and visualize and meditate, adopt this into your practice and let me know how that feels. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be talking soon. Have a blessed day. Bye.